A man who's been champion everywhere he's ever competed. The phenomenal AJ Styles.
And guess what? He's not showing any signs of slowing down.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the OC from Gainesville, Georgia. Weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I think it's appropriate to say things are getting just too sweet.
One of the very best to lace up a pair of boots. Plenty of titles and main event wins here in WWE.
Yeah, he's known as the face that runs the place for a reason. Listen to this frenzy for LA Knight.
If any dummies out there don't know, now they know.
And his opponent from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight.
LA Knight's not a fad. He has proven himself to be legit. He's trending because his star is white hot.
You know, for years, people tried to tell LA Knight he needed to step up his game to get to the WWE. Well, now Knight's letting people know that they need to step up to his level. Absolutely right, Michael. Phenomenal, undeniable. The list goes on. And Styles sets out to prove that every time the bell rings.
He also has both the unmatched in-ring skills and the supreme confidence to back it all up. But that doesn't change your point, Byron, about how he still always steps into the ring with something to prove. We should see that in full effect here in this one.
And standing across the ring is LA Knight. I've got a feeling that this man...
From the top, drop kick, missile style. Ducks out of the way.
Pele kick.
Jaw-shattering boot. Preparation, skill, instinct, just a few of the key attributes that AJ Styles boasts coming into this match. You got to think it'll be a long night trying to match any of that.
Long indeed, Cole, but persistence is key. If you hang tough, you can fluster Styles and potentially find an opening. And when that moment strikes, take it.
Boom! A gut buster!
Uh-oh, hazardous part of town here on the apron.
Nasty! The hardest part of the ring. Many a match has turned on that kind of contact with the apron. This could be a key moment in this contest. It's just a phenomenal blitz there.
Brought down with a neck breaker.
He returns to the ring.
Yeah! And Knight clearly ready for a fight here.
Enzuigiri finds its mark.
Neckbreaker.
Perhaps a little more determination needed from Styles.
Knight working him over with that old school style and that new school attitude. Tossed into the corner.
Catches an uppercut.
Here's the cover. Surprisingly quick kick out.
He is going to take this match as long and as far as he needs to.
Ooh, that hurt right in the kidney.
Golly. From behind. Back suplex. Top rope. Here we go.
Launching.
Catches nothing but air. stomping away.
The cockiness of LA Knight, not even considering taking this seriously.
He deflects it right back. He got whipped into that corner. Stomp right on the knee. Uncorked a big punch.
Ooh, merciless looking blow.
AJ Styles. Knee drop.
Lifted way up.
Oh, atomic drop. Setting up for something here.
Oh, man, right to the esophagus.
He's outside the ring now.
Hope he's got a plan.
Ooh, sidewalk slam. Talk about cocky, gloating after placing the knee on the back of the neck.
Styles hooks his opponent up, delivers an emphatic brainbuster.
Compressing the neck with that kind of force can't feel good. And now gets tossed into the ring. He can't take any more of this.
He can really stand to get back as good as he's getting right about now.
Oh, man, AJ Styles may be wishing he was back in Japan.
He's got him down. Is this it? He kicks out with authority.
Not time to expect victory yet. Got him up. Here's the cover.
Just kicks out.
And frustration might be starting to set in. Ducks under.
Pele kick.
Oh, man, what a boot. Oh, boy, ready to strike, guys. What are we going to see?
The clothesline. What a clothesline.
A show of confidence from Knight.
Big clothesline. I don't like the look in his eye here, folks.
Soaring.
Lands the knee drop.
Oh, my goodness. Dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
LA Knight dishing it out now.
And you have to hand it to him. We don't usually see Styles looking this flustered.
The mega strike. He can end it here.
He's got him.
He got the shoulder up in time.
Somehow still has the energy for a quick kick out.
Knight has his shot lined up.
LA Knight.
LA Knight with the BFT.
Is it enough to put Styles away?
No, he beats the count.
I don't know where AJ gets this.
I believe he's losing some faith in himself. Oh, what a counter.
Momentum isn't completely out of AJ's side just yet.
Styles hoping to start a rush of his own with that attack.
He's struggling a bit here.
AJ never afraid to deliver with some extra ferocity.
Lift off.
Look at the height.
Slips out of the way.
Oh, look at this. Neck lock into it. Suplex.
Measured up nicely.
Fist drop.
Metal rope forearm on point.
And LA Knight wants more from his opponent.
Fist directly to the gut.
Right to the leg.
Oh, kick right to the knee. Boom! What a right.
Gosh. Thunderous club comes down. Very effective.
Smackdown. AJ scaling the turnbuckles. From the top. Elbow drop. AJ Styles. Knee drop.
These men have given everything they have and more at this point.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No! No!
Styles clash.
Has AJ delivered the exclamation?
Oh, not yet. They just got the shoulder up.
Somehow, some way, escapes defeat.
Still alive. And AJ used what has put so many men away in the past, but to no avail.
Stunning display of power.
Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting.
This could be big. Going up.
Look out! Whoa, look out! The 1-2 punch of high risk, high reward.
On, AJ caught him.
Damn.
Oh, it's not going to be good. This is not going to be good.
Up and down with a brain buster.
And he gets set back into the ring.
Climbing up top. He's got big plans.
He's got him in the crosshairs. Incoming!
Great display of power to the German.
Is it enough? The cover! Got it. No, just a 2.
How in the world did he kick out?
He must have seen that coming. Big boot. Vicious. And all eyes are on Knight now.
Drops the knee.
And he saw that coming from Knight. Things went from bad to worse.
Uh-oh, this isn't going to end well for someone.
Up top.
Carolina.
Hoists up their opponent, looking for burning hammer. AJ pausing to soak up the adulation of the WWE Universe to let that energy fuel him.
He's got him scouted.
Oh, big boot. The WWE faithful communicating in no uncertain terms. It is electric in here.
Styles being measured and could be near.
Knew what was coming there. AJ Styles rolls through.
And just able to make it to the ropes. That was a close call.
Uh-oh. Picked out of midair. Styles clash.
That could be curtains for Knight.
2. And he's still in the game.
Can you imagine how much escaping that pin must have cost him?
I can. These are the moments where you really find out how tough you are.
Styles absolutely thought that was it.
Via a wicked punch to the stomach.
And you can tell these attacks are disorienting him. Sustained attacks.
Oh, look at the start of this. Could be going into the playbook for submission.
And the rope save it there.
But will he be able to last much longer?
Looks like LA Knight has no respect for his competition.
Oh, here come the strikes from Styles.
Phenomenal blitz.
And a reversal by LA Knight.
Great job refocusing to reverse that. Oh, watch the speed. This blitz of strikes.
Oh, man, every single one hitting the mark. Perfect position. Uh-oh. Going for, looks like the Moonalock.
The bridge is in.
Perfect position. Oh, it's got to be over. The Moonalock is cinched in. The Moonalock is cinched in. Cover.
The ref not even getting to one.
It's unthinkable. Someone beating the 1 count at this point?
What do you say? I mean, this is amazing.
Uses an elbow to disrupt that attack.
Hoists up their opponent, looking for the burning hammer. A barrage of strikes being delivered by Styles. Dare I call it a phenomenal blitz.
Forearm to the kidneys.
Setting him up for something here.
Perfect position.
Leg
Going for, looks like the Moonalock.
Nice job getting to the ropes.
Really had no choice.
Ducks under.
Bodyweight kick by AJ Styles.
Oh, saw it coming and got an elbow for that trouble.
Instead, what a German suplex.
To the top rope now.
He's getting up, but there's danger in front of him. From the top, double axe handle connects.
Jarring impact.
Measured up nicely.
Fist drop. One step ahead of Knight there. AJ Styles rolls through. Here it comes. And he's just in reach of the ropes and gets it to force the... He's turning the tables. With the reversal.
Back suplex. Oh, no.
Shoulders down. Exhausting victory, but a win nonetheless.
Here is your winner, LA Knight.
A disappointing loss for AJ Styles.
Once again, LA Knight is the toast of the town and basking in the glory he so richly deserves.
LA Knight's power and athleticism are breaking people's spines in half. Time to party with the Profits.
The following contest is a fatal four-way tag team match. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 492 pounds, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits.
You know, it's been a bit surprising to see Ford and Dawkins sporting more of an attitude.
If you ask me, they finally wised up. It's well past time they stopped messing around and got serious about their careers.
Well, I'm not surprised you're a fan of this change, Corey, but there's a lot of fans out there that feel betrayed.
Well, they can go cry into their crumpled party cups. Ford and Dawkins only care about getting paid and taking names, as they should.
You know, guys, I have an idea. How about we all join the Street Profits, choreograph our own little dance inside the club, man? It'll be lit.
That's a great idea, Saxon. Afterward, we can all go play in traffic. One of the UK's best exports.
And from Dudley, England, weighing in at 175 pounds, Tyler Bates.
This is a man who captured the NXT UK Championship as a teenager.
Yeah, and he's only gotten better since.
Same fighting spirit, but stronger and smarter than ever.
Bates, the first NXT UK Triple Crown champion, NXT UK champ, tag champ, and NXT Heritage Cup champion.
Big, strong boy vibes all day.
No weak link in his game. A true example of British strong style.
He is feral, he is rabid, and he is looking for a fight.
And representing the Brawling Brutes from Birmingham, England, weighing in at 205 pounds, Butch!
Would you guys believe that Butch started his training when he was just 12 years old?
He's maintained his vicious streak for nearly 2 decades. We'll finally see a method to his in-ring madness, only seen once the bell rings.
They are ready for battle.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 645 pounds, the Empire of Pain.
The tension building for this match is so thick you can cut it with a knife. A lot of drama involved with this one.
combined weight of 403 pounds, Humberto and Angel Garza, the Lethal Lovers, Los Lotharios.
Ever since I took my spot here at the commentary table, I have wanted to call this match. I cannot wait to finally do it.
Tag team tornado match underway. Multiple teams facing off, but there will only be one winner.
Everyone competing at once. You really need to know the status of your partner in every opponent in this match. No mugs, no fucks on that delivery. Someone clearly doesn't want this match to go on much longer than it has to. Now we know what the five fingers say to the face.
Up they go!
Corey, what are the perils of this match that superstars must be concerned with? Well, this is the type of setting where you must beware of outside interference, because when it's no disqualification, it's not considered interference. It's legal. The match can change in an instant, but another individual who is not officially part of the match.
On the leg sweeping. Now into the octopus stretch submission.
Well, this won't win.
He's in deep, deep trouble here. Well, maybe not. Able to slip out of things with a couple. Hands right to the mouth.
Continuing to attack the neck. Tripped over the top rope. Every strike more devastating than the last.
Somebody call that showing off, but what a display. What a way to flaunt your abilities.
Uh-oh, monkey flip.
I love it.
The ultimate sign of disrespect. Fighting.
Tyler Bay looking to lock it in. Billy Goats. Billy Goats' curse is broken.
Pain must be shooting through that leg now. And that was an efficient form of offense with that move.
Ooh, a direct headshot. Just sickening.
Into the cover. He forces a break before the count of two.
Showing his determination there with that kick out.
That's just making fine work of the joints and tendons. Getting granular with your target.
And that was a well-executed attack.
Putting up a united front as this match continues.
Neckbreaker.
Striking down with the axe
To
handle.
the corner. That turns it around for Montez.
DDT! Fight! That powerbomb was absolutely worthy of both halves of its name.
Jumping DDT.
Absolutely planted. That holds back Ford's attack.
Holy cow. That's your commit on them fast.
Prime example of working smarter, not harder. That's what I say.
Escapes in a nick of time.
Gentlemen, in the interest of self-preservation, I may have to excuse myself. Saxton, you hang tight. Let this play out. No other way to say it, guys. That looked like it hurt a lot.
Great reversal.
Ooh, that can knock you out.
He can end it here. met some stiff resistance there.
This athleticism is off the charts. Hooked up. Here we go. Shoulders down. Gets reversed. Shoulders down.
Meanwhile, we have a Bermuda. Oh, swanton.
Swinging neck breaker into a handstand splash. Wow.
Big headbutt. It is unbelievable what these athletes have been putting each other through.
Absolutely pushing each other beyond any normal human's limits.
Block the effort and cut them off with a shot to the gut.
Oh, what a right hook. What grace. DDT. Suplex. Something's about to go either very wrong or very... Here we go. Real European uppercut.
Reverse. Fireman's drop.
Inverted DDT. What a reversal. Series of jabs right to the jaw. Wind up.
And a well-executed move we just saw there.
Muscled up with authority. Down. Brutal. As the gear finds its mark. Oh my gosh. Terminating knee smash.
Forward smash.
Dominating shoulder tackle. Taking flight.
Chop block.
Oh my gosh. A follow-up moonsault slam.
An ineffective pin.
How? Swinging the elbow to halt the offense.
A jumping DDT.
My. Super kick.
And come on now. Distasteful offense we've just witnessed.
For the win.
And the count doesn't even begin.
We're well into the match, and he still seems so fresh. It's almost unbelievable. Good golly. Caught by surprise with that clothesline. This arena can't contain them, and if history's any indication, nothing good's about to happen up there either. Back elbow blows that one out. Disrupts the attack with an elbow to the gut. Sent out of the corner. Keep your eyes on Montez Ford.
That was a hell of a maneuver there, guys. He is mentally and physically exhausted. He may get the 3 count right here.
This is it. This is where great cardio makes all the difference, helping you stay alive deep into the match.
Placing them right where they want them, in the corner. And it's reverse pain for that mistake. What grace. Float over the DDT. And Butch is pushing through the pain to deliver some of the opposition.
I don't think Butch has any intentions of letting this match drag on much longer.
There's not a single person sitting in this arena.
We're going to see it, gentlemen. Here it comes.
And the cover for the win. This is it. Then down to Dawkins. the count for his partner. Backdrop suplex. Arm wringer applied. Arm wringer finger snap. Well scouted by Umberto. And that stops what Butch had intended. Well placed kick to the gut. Another damaging kick. Nice combo. And he'll leave the ring for this next stretch.
Got the knees up. Sledgehammer right to the gut.
Here's a cover. Could be it. And that will end it.
That match deserves another look, folks.
Here are your winners, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits.
Making their case for one of the best teams around with that win.
You could just sense the intensity in the air throughout this one.
Yeah, this win was well earned.
Latino Heat!
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero!
Oh, the ref better have their head on a swivel because they're going to earn their paycheck tonight.
Well, I'm pretty sure the entire WWE universe is going to get their money's worth tonight.
You feel the heat?
Well, Eddie Guerrero was always seen as an underdog. Granted, he would cheat on occasion to even the playing field. But hey, how can you not get behind a guy like Latino Heat?
The dangerous Santos Escobar.
From Lucha Royalty to the Emperor of Lucha Libre.
And his opponent, representing Los Lotharios, from
Santos Escobar does not play games.
Escobar is calm, steady, calculated, and does whatever he has to do to succeed.
Lock up against Eddie Guerrero. Defend against Guerrero family values or, well, lack thereof. Kicking his match off, Eddie Guerrero once again surely going to attempt to test his opponent's awareness.
Oh, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, Cole. And Guerrero is one of the best rule benders we've ever seen in WWE.
Rule bending might be putting it lightly, Corey. Let's just hope Eddie doesn't push the limits too far in this one.
And he's taking... Uh-oh. What are they going to do here? How about a little glory special? Can you imagine what it would do to his confidence if he tapped out?
Trying to find a way out. Elbow into an arm drag. Beautiful escape.
How's that for a counter?
Ouch.
Nice go behind. Into a high-impact backdrop suplex. A monstrous German suplex. Will the third time be the charm?
The tripleta. Good night.
Each revolution was more impressive than the last.
Reversal catches Santos.
Drop kick.
Great athleticism. Does the path to victory for Santos Escobar lie in the more traditional or modern elements of his game?
It might actually be both. Escobar possesses a perfect blend of modern and traditional offense. If he wants to win tonight, he needs to bring the best of both worlds.
Oh, the reversal by Eddie Guerrero.
Tough position to be caught in here. Right to the throat. And that might have shook Escobar to his foundation. Chop. She wants to take this one outside the ring, it seems.
Going up top. From the top.
Through the air. It connects.
They got all of that. Just taking flight and soaring through the sky.
Drop kick. Hits the mark.
Oh, look at this. I don't want to be part of these problems. Don't want to be part of this crowd. Action needs to return to the ring and fast. Thrown back in under the ropes.
Santos was ready there.
Unbelievable athleticism.
Hurricane Rana. Ooh, sent flying.
I think we're gonna see it. Bloody cross.
This match grinded him down a little.
A running hurricane for the pin and the win.
Yes. Instantly, he has his shoulders up.
How at this point? You don't even stick. Kick to the midsection.
Oh, and that buys some time.
Up and around, down with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Face wash.
On. Northern Lights. Heading up, he's thinking big.
From the heavens, big-time splash. That's gotta be it.
I was not expecting that from him at this point. Eddie Guerrero trying to ramp things up.
Eddie Guerrero, Corey. Latino heat hooks him up. And a brain, and there's the cover.
And a quick kick out.
Where in the world does one find such strength at this stage to kick out that early in the count?
Clubbing blow. Dangerous spot for him to be in.
Guys, I was afraid it was going to get to this point.
I was hoping it would.
Oh, no!
Vicious back suplex.
Oh, you can tell he's feeling it now. This fight is pumping him up.
Escobar connecting with the Phantom Driver. Escobar has this wrapped up.
There's two. Shoulder up before three.
Incredible kick out from Guerrero. Eddie clinging on to life in this match.
Though you gotta believe he'll be looking for the kill shot one more time. A steady stream of moves taking out Eddie.
That blend of modern and traditional offense is carrying Escobar into the advantage.
And he's taking this to the outside now.
There's one. Y dos. This third
The confidence of Escobar clearly through the roof. And he throws the opposition back into the ring.
As the leg trap, fisherman suplex. Look at this. Just breaking down the opponent.
We're undoubtedly nearing the end.
This has just been an absolute massacre.
Tearing at the face.
Grabs their opponent by the ankles. Whoa! Taking a trip outside, but he's got to be mindful of the count.
Eddie ascending to the top. Look at the high frog splash.
Escobar couldn't avoid the big shot.
How did he do that?
And we know Eddie must be feeling desperate right now, unsure of how much more he needs to do.
You have to respect these men for taking it to the next level. You can feel the tables beginning to turn. A series of clotheslines, and their opponent is rocked.
Oh, a low tackle.
Oh, no.
Oh, not to the belly.
Oh, wicked kick to the lower back.
Just a deadlift back suplex. Oh, unloading a big kick to the back.
Delivering nasty stomps.
Eddie Guerrero firing up on the assault.
Santos has to find an opening and respond. Oh, heinous knee to the face.
To connect on the springboard.
Take over with a snapmare.
Oh, shoulders down. And the count stopped short of 2.
Wow, I thought this was over.
Great wherewithal on the counter. Set up for the Russian leg sweep.
Nicely done. Top rope, putting it all on the line.
From the top.
The splash connects. Kick to the gut. Set up.
Canadian Destroyer. Looking for the victory. 2. No, Eddie Guerrero says not yet.
Getting that shoulder up now is huge.
Escobar has his shot lined up.
Escobar with a phantom driver.
That's it. Santos just ended things.
2 count. It's over. Brutality finally comes to an end. We're going to be hard-pressed to see a better match than that. Here's another look.
Here is your winner, Santos Escobar.
Escobar picks up the win.
The reward definitely seems greater than the risk right about now, but we'll see how they feel once they get back to the locker room and hit the showers.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's Championship.
Here we go, gentlemen. Huge title match coming up.
And a huge opportunity for the champ to prove to everyone that there truly is none better in all of WWE right now.
About to learn very quickly is this woman how difficult it is to contain damage control.
Difficult? Cole, that might be the understatement of the year. It's practically impossible. All right, here comes Michael Cole's best friend.
Great.
She is more conniving than ever.
I think you mean cunning. Bayley is a genius tactician.
Always has a scheme in place, some way to get ahead.
Well, certainly won't let the rules stand in her way.
Oh, spare me. Bayley just does what it takes to win.
We'll see if she'll rely on her skill or shortcuts tonight.
Ooh, Cole, you are going to get such a scolding tonight.
Introducing the challenger from Orlando, Florida, and her opponent from San Jose, California, the WWE Women's Champion, Bayley.
This is what it's all about for these women. This title, this championship, this honor. WWE Women's Championship on the line here in this one. A lot of history with this title, and tonight, no doubt, these superstars hope to make history all over again.
Who will stake claim to the top of the division? Who will walk away with the gold around their waist?
Across the ring with a bulldog.
Oh, boy.
German suplex.
Shining wizard. Great awareness as she proves to be too quick.
Oh, my God, what a crossbody.
Extending their opponent's arm out.
Oh, man, leg drop arm breaker.
Obviously, Bayley has been in some very intense matches over the years.
Here's the pin, title on the line.
And she breaks free before a 1 count.
Easy kick out there, but they'll get harder soon.
Using the ropes. The champ trying to roll with these hits.
Big drop of the leg.
Ooh, what a forearm club.
Bayley, what a right hand.
And there's more to come. Hot shot stunner. Bayley turning up the intimidation factor. Those strikes were a sign from the challenger, a message that says, I want that title so badly, I can practically taste it.
Oh, my goodness.
To strike it at will. Practically never-ending blows coming at full force here. Bayley's got her hooked. Oh, nice suplex.
Oh, what a forearm!
This is just establishing dominance, followed by the stomp.
The challenger's looking shaken.
Clothesline!
Complete control right now. Look out!
Oh, what a way to shatter an arm.
High cross body.
And into the count.
She is still very much in this.
Neck breaker. Oh, from behind. Looking for the Hurricane Rana. Too strong.
What an uppercut.
What a forearm.
Fez press. Fez press. Fez press.
The champ not looking great right now.
They've definitely taken their lumps at this point. Their opponent is not messing around. Big boot to the guts.
An atomic drop and
an up kick to the face. Here we go.
Slingshot senton.
That's playing fast and loose with your own body.
That is weaponizing your body. That's what that was.
Oh, look at this. Trapped now and just an
elbow to the face. This is what you call high risk from the top.
Look out below.
Showing absolutely no apprehension to putting one's body on the line. Look at these kicks and
Not the hair. And grabbing the hair, too.
And Bayley's resolve might be wavering here.
Bayley is getting the window shut at every opportunity. Devastating elbow.
All right, snapping her back to reality. This isn't a pose-off.
Instead of vicious uppercut. Right to the chest.
Throws her back in from ringside. Takedown, and now punches, rights, boom, boom, persistent barrage. The champ in a worst-case scenario.
Yeah, this is a dire situation right now.
Now a pin for the championship. Somehow breaks the count immediately.
She's not done yet, but you have to believe that she's still in all sorts of trouble here. From the rope. What a roundhouse kick.
Ooh. Headlock. What are they doing here? Into a headstand? Are you kidding me?
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Hung out to dry.
And now she's climbing to the top turnbuckle.
Perched up top. What? From ring post to ringside, risking it all paid off.
Lands the elbow.
Watch out! They're coming towards the announce desk.
What the hell are you doing, Byron?
Now Bayley looking for some momentum.
That could be the table turner Bayley desperately needed.
Bayley struggling to defend herself.
Any chance for Bayley's offense is being trampled. This match is coming down to the last second. Someone's got to get back to the ring now.
Uh-oh, feel the glow! Looking for the head scissors crucifix submission. Bayley has been compromised. Will she tap out?
Hang on, Bayley. This is no way to be a role model.
Well, a couple of knees and then another one, and that'll force the break.
Nice running crossbody.
There it is. Bayley to Bayley.
Looking for the victory.
2 breaks the count.
Somehow she's still in this matchup. It's unbelievable. And it's a long way down from there.
Up on the top rope.
After this part of town for these two competitors.
This could go south in a hurry. Here we go.
Superplex.
The role model has her shot lined up.
Oh, kick right to the back of the leg. Bayley's gonna...
There it is. Rose plant.
Looks like the champ is going to retain. Tremendous victory. Bayley is still your champion.
And here's another look at what made that match so special.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Women's Champion, Bayley.
She still holds the gold.
What a reassuring victory for her tonight. The champ proving why she's at the top once again.